Hi everyone, welcome to GATE classes CSE. Now we will see the parsing. Parsing is a second topic. Okay, the first we have seen already in the lexical analyzer. Then now we will see parsing. Parsing another name is syntax analyzer. Syntax analyzer. Okay. So the syntax of a programming language is described by a context-free grammar. Context-free grammar. So that means in the parsing, in a grammar, we are using context-free grammar. Okay. And parser, now we will see in the types of parser. Top-down parser has two types. Top-down parser, bottom-up parser. Bottom-up parser, another name is shift-reduce parser. Top-down has two types, recursive descent, predictive. Recursive descent and predictive. Recursive descent suffers from backtracking. And this method name is brute force mechanism. Brute force mechanism suffers from backtracking. And how to eliminate the backtracking? So to eliminate the backtracking, we are using left factor method. Okay, to eliminate the backtracking, just like expression has given alpha b1, alpha b2, alpha b3 has given and dash dash, and input has given input alpha b3. Okay, so then first we will go expression, then I am looking the pointer in the alpha. So alpha I got it, I am going to alpha, then afterwards without looking the b3 I am going to beta 1. So wherever I have written already in the beta 1 we have gone, and then afterwards we have seen this is not matched. So that is why we will backtrack to E, and then we are going to alpha already matched, then again we are going beta 1 places beta 2. This is also not, again backtrack. So it is suffers from backtracking. So how to eliminate? It is by the left factor. So left factor, that means we will write left factor grammar expression to alpha a dash, and the a dash here e dash also you can write it expression dash, and then this a dash we will write beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3. This is the correct grammar in the left factor. Now predictive grammar. Predictive parser. It is recursive predictive, non-recursive predictive. Non-recursive predictive we are using LL1 grammar. LL1 grammar it suffers from left recursive. It is suffers from left recursive. Suffers from left recursive. Just like we will see now, left recursive means, suppose E has given E plus X. So it is left recursive because expressions has given to first followed by in the expression. So that is the left. If expression has given X plus E, this is right recursive. Okay, so then it is the left recursive, so then it is suffers from left recursive, so that is why we will eliminate the left recursive to the right recursive. Okay, now we will see bottom up parser. Bottom up parser has two types, operator precedence, LR parser. Operator precedence is ambiguous grammar. This is the only grammar, yeah, you can say that parser is follow the ambiguous grammar. It is past the ambiguous grammar. Recursive descent, predictive, LR, no one has passing the ambiguous grammar except operator precedence parser. And now we will see LR. Acha, this one, this first L4 left to right, this L4 left to right scanning, and this L4 leftmost derivation, and this is the look ahead, pointer 1, look ahead 1. That means we will pass the character one by one. So that is first L4 left to right scanning, second L4 leftmost derivation, then look ahead 1. Here we will see same LR stands for L4 left to right scanning, same, first L4 same, and then second R4 rightmost derivation in reverse. Now here we will see first in LR parser, first parser name is LR0, then simple LR stands for left to right scanning and rightmost derivation with reverse, not in reverse, sorry, with reverse, rightmost derivation with reverse. SLR, simple LR, LALR, look ahead LR, and CLR, canonical LR. So whenever we will solve it, these two are called LR0 and SL1 is called LR0 items, and LALR and CLR is called LR1 items. Why this is called the LR0 and LR1 items? Because here we are, whenever we are solving in the parser table and canonical construction of LR0 items, canonical collection of LR0 item is same for these two parser, and canonical collection of LR1 items is same for these two parsers, only different is in the parser table. Okay, so this is the parser types, and one by one parsers we will see is it. Always remember that grammar has one is ambiguous, grammar, unambiguous grammar. Ambiguous it is wrong, unambiguous is correct one. Another one is grammar has left recursive, right recursive. Left recursive is wrong, and whenever in the expressions as given in the left recursive, so then we will eliminate by the right recursive. So right recursive is correct. Okay, ambiguous grammar, unambiguous grammar, left recursive and right recursive. This one I already told that backtracking suffers from brute force mechanism, suffers from backtracking, and it is the eliminate method, left factored method. Now we will see first ambiguous grammar. What is ambiguous grammar? Ambiguous grammar means more than one parse tree will generate. More than one parse tree will generate. More than one parse tree is generated by the ambiguous grammar. So then we can say that it is the ambiguous grammar. For example, we will see, suppose expression to expression plus expression or expression into expression or ID has given. Now in the input follow ID plus ID into ID. Now we will generate the parse tree. How we will generate the parse tree? First we will write E expression, then we will see ID plus ID has given, so then we will take first one. Okay, so then first one E plus E, E plus E. Now we will see E plus E, then afterwards what is given? ID into ID. So that means ID into ID, from there we can write it. E into E. Okay, and this ID generate the ID because E plus E into E will come. So this for write ID and then ID. So we can say that ID plus ID into ID. Okay, another parse tree, try to make it E. First we am taking multiplication E into E. Okay, and this E for writing E plus E, then ID. So this one also generated ID plus ID into ID. Yes, ID plus ID into ID. Okay, ID, that means identifier. Now look at here, ID, this is ID only, ID plus ID into ID. Yes, so then ID plus ID into ID. Both the parse tree has passed this input, both the parse tree. So it is more than one parse tree generated by this grammar. So that is why it is ambiguous grammar. So then ambiguous grammar, how to eliminate it? So then whenever we are eliminating the ambiguous grammar eliminated by the unambiguous grammar. Unambiguous grammar. So then whenever we are eliminating the unambiguous grammar, we are trying to give the name. Okay, we will write expression plus ID or expression into ID or ID simply. Now we are trying to convert as a parse tree of this grammar. So then in the same input, first we will write E plus ID, and this E for if I am taking ID into ID, and this is for ID. So this is wrong, ID into ID plus ID, so it is wrong. So in the next parse tree, E into ID, then E plus ID, and then ID. So then now we can say that ID plus ID into ID. Yes, so only eliminate the grammar, that means only change of the identifier, change of this variables to identifiers. So then it is eliminated by the ambiguous grammar to unambiguous. This is the correct. Here we can say that only one parse tree can generate from this rules. Okay, from this productions rules we can make only the one parse tree. Okay, so this is the ambiguous grammar. So ambiguous grammar to unambiguous grammar we can see. And next we will see in the next slide left recursive grammar. Okay. Now we will see left recursion grammar. First we have seen ambiguous grammar, and now we will see left recursion grammar. What is the left recursion grammar? If it is the rule has given A to A alpha or beta, that means left this A, this is the left side, and right side also in the same characters will come. This is called a left recursion. So then this is the A to A. If alpha then afterwards A will come, then this is the correct grammar. But here is given A to A, so this is the left recursive grammar. So then it is not passed by the LL1 grammar. It is not passed by the LL1 grammar. So that is why we will eliminate the left recursion. Elimination. Elimination of the left recursive grammar. So then left recursive grammar convert to the right recursive. How? We will see. Always remember that this is called beta and this one is called A dash. A dash. So then we will write alpha, A to beta A dash. Beta A dash, this alpha 4, and this A dash 4 alpha A. This one is left, alpha A dash or epsilon. This is the correct rule of elimination of the left recursive grammar. Now we will see the, for example, suppose I is given expression is given expression plus t or t, that means expression or term. This term is given term followed by factor or f. F has given to the it. Okay, term followed by. Then now you can see that here is also left recursive, left to left, because in the left side, in the first come, in the right side also, in the first pointer, in this is also in the left, though this is why left recursive, these two places. So then how we eliminate? I told that whenever has given in the left recursive, how you will understand that in the both the characters are same. Look at E, T, T. Then how we will eliminate? Beta alpha dash. Beta means in the second one. Second one what is given? T. So then how to eliminate E? That is E to T. T what? A dash has given. A dash means this is alpha. So then this T will be right. T dash. Okay. Beta A dash. So then T, oh wait. T E dash. Why E dash? Because E I have written, you can write alpha also, it is not a problem. And E dash equal to what is given? Plus T and then E dash or epsilon, like this. Look at beta A dash. This one, this alpha is called A dash because A here. So same things T, E dash. This part is called E dash. Okay, and E dash followed is alpha A dash. Alpha means this one. Okay. Alpha A dash. Alpha means what? This one. So alpha here will come plus T, then A dash. A dash means E dash will come, and then epsilon. Okay. So plus t is a alpha and this is called beta. Okay, always remember that second part is called beta and this part is called alpha. So whenever you want to left recursive grammar to convert into the right recursive, always remember that a2 beta a dash and this a dash alpha a dash or epsilon. Which one is beta? This is f. Okay, this place is f and a dash, this is t dash. Okay, so second one t will eliminate is because this is also left recursive grammar. So then what is the grammar as given? T to t into f or f. I told that this part is called beta and this one is called alpha. So we will follow this rule. A, that means t, to this is convert to the right recursive grammar. T to what? Beta means f and then a dash means t dash. Okay, f t dash. The next what is given? Again this is a dash will come, sorry, okay, a dash to alpha a dash. So then write now t dash to, yes, t dash to what? Alpha. Alpha means star, f a dash means t dash or epsilon. This is the right recursive grammar. This part is right recursive grammar. This is also right recursive grammar. So this is the left recursive grammar eliminated by the right recursive. Okay, eliminated by the right recursive. And one more method, what is given? Backtracking. This is the left recursion. And next we will see in the number 3, that is left factored method. Left factor method, it is the elimination of backtracking method. Elimination of backtracking method. Now number 3 you will see. Number 3, backtracking problem. It is called non-deterministic also. Okay, backtracking problem. Backtracking means, suppose A has given a2 alpha, beta 1, alpha, beta 2, alpha, beta 3. This is the problem. Backtrack. Okay, so eliminated of the backtracking, we are using left factored grammar. Left factored grammar. Okay, left factored grammar. How we will eliminate? First we will write a2 alpha, because alpha is same, every place is alpha a dash, right? And this a dash will come beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3 simply. So this is called a left factored grammar. And what is the problem here? Suppose input has given alpha, beta 2. Alpha, beta 2, starting letter is A, so then we are going A2 we are going alpha. Alpha is first letter. Then this problem is, without looking the pointer of the input, we are looking of the grammar first. So that is why alpha is given, alpha we have written. So then this alpha, now we will check to this alpha. Okay, it is correct. Okay, so then without looking of the next pointer, we are going to the beta 1. So then write beta 1. So then now our pointer is here beta 1. Now you can check it beta 1 and here is given beta 2. This is not matched. So that is why we will backtrack to A. Backtrack to A. A is correct. So that is why we will not remove it this one. This one we will remove it and then we are going again. It is beta 1, next letter beta 2. Okay, then now beta 2 will be checked to this pointer. Okay, yes, it is correct. So then, so this is the problem of the backtracking problem. Backtracking problem suffers from brute force mechanism. Brute force mechanism. This process is called brute force mechanism. Okay, so then how we will eliminate? A to alpha A dash and A dash to beta 1, beta 2, that means common part, and this part we will give the name A dash because we are using A here. If we are using E, so then you will write BE. It is easy for the learn. So then now same input we will pass it. So then first what is given? A, then alpha A dash. Alpha A dash we are going, and this alpha is correct. Okay, then what is given? Beta 2, we are checking here, beta 1. This is the method. In the left factor method, we are looking first for the pointer. Okay, input pointer. Okay, input pointer we are looking here. So that is why alpha we got it, alpha A dash written. Whenever we have checked alpha is here, I am searching where is alpha is given. So this method, that is why alpha A to alpha A dash written. Now we will go to the alpha is already in the reduced form. So that is why we will go to the beta 2. So then beta 2 has given, I am going to the A dash. Because alpha is already reduced form, so we cannot reduce it. So then now in the left factor method, it is first look at the input of the pointer. Okay, beta 2 has given. So now here we will check beta 1 is given, no, beta 2, yes. So then alpha 1 to beta 2 we will write it. So this is the left factor grammar. Left factor grammar, first look at the pointer of input and then we will go for the next point, then afterwards we will match it. But in the backtracking problem, in the brute force mechanism, we are without looking the input pointer, we are going to the whatever given in the grammar. Okay, so this is the problem. This is the problem. In the backtracking is a problem and left factor grammar is the correct answer. It is the correct solution eliminated by the backtracking. Now we will see top-down parser. Top-down parser first is recursive descent parser, and another one is non-recursive descent parser. Non-recursive descent parser name is LL1 parser. LL1 parser. LL1 is also called as table driven. Table driven. Now first we will see recursive descent parser. What is recursive descent parser? So whenever we are going for the recursive descent parser, it suffers from backtracking, and its uses by brute force mechanism. Brute force mechanism, it suffers from backtracking and it is the eliminated by the left factored. It is eliminated by left factor. So then how recursive descent parsers will work, we will see. For example, suppose E2 ID E dash, E dash 2 plus ID E dash or epsilon. This is the production rule. Okay, this is the production's rule. So whenever we are going in the recursive descent parser, so that times we will go for the every non-terminal variable for every function. We will call it the function. So first we will write in the main functions. In the main function, first we will call e functions. So because e non-terminal variable is given, so we will call it e functions. Then afterwards, if look ahead, L for look ahead, equal to dollar, in the parsers, in the last letter in the input we are using in the dollar. I will explain you afterwards. Functions now I am writing. If dollar equal to look ahead equal to dollar, so then printf parsing success. Then close the braces. Okay, so this is the main functions. We are in the main functions, we are calling e functions. Every non-terminal variables for we are writing the function. Now we write in the e function. E functions, if look ahead equal to what is the first terminal variable has given? id. So if look ahead equal to id, then match id. If look ahead equal to id, then match id. That means we will print it id, and then after what is given? E dash. So e dash is non-terminal variable, so we will call the function. So then write e dash function calling. Then close the braces. Now write e dash function, because we are calling now e dash. E dash functions call, what is the look ahead has given here? Plus. So then if look ahead equal to plus, then match with plus, and then what is given? id. Right, match id. Whenever we have matched plus, then afterwards id we have print, then afterwards what is given? E dash. Again we will call e dash function. Close the braces. Then afterwards what is given? Epsilon. Then write if look ahead is not equal to plus, then else return. So then now closes. These are the functions we are using in the recursive descent parser. How to write the function, and now we have seen. Okay, so now suppose I am taking the one input, id plus id dollar, id plus id in dollar, and this is the recursion stack. And in the last, in the recursions we will add dollar. First we will see. Okay, in the recursion, this is called recursion stack, and in the last we will write in the dollar. Now we will see here what is given in the input? id. So look ahead, our look ahead is id. So we are going first in the main function. Main functions, first before I am explaining, first write the number of the every line. 7, another, these are the line numbers. Okay, so these are the line numbers. Now what is the look ahead? id. We are going first from the main function. always in the recursive descent forward, first we are calling in the main functions. Write down main function. Main functions we have called. Going to the inside, first what is given? E function. Call to E function. That means we are fetching the data from E. So we are going to the E functions. So then here we are calling to E functions. Write down E function. E functions we are calling, so that means we are going to the E functions. So then now whenever we are coming back from the E, then we will, next line is fourth number. So that is why in the main functions we are coming back in the fourth number line. That means we will read it from here, okay, not in the number 3. So that is why in the number of the lines we will write here in the next number line. Then now E functions we are calling. E functions, when we are going to the inside, look at here, look ahead equal to id. Our look ahead is id, id equal to id, yes. If it is yes, then match with id, that means we will print it id. Now I am making the parse tree. So that means we will match with id, id has given, going to the E function and match with id. Yes, it is matched. So then write in the, draw the parse tree E to id E dash, id E dash, okay. So when id E dash matched with id we have printed, then E dash will come. E dash, that means E dash function calling. So whenever then we will mention it here, E dash function. E dash functions we are calling, and then what is the next number? That is 7th. Write down here 7th number line. Going to the E dash, and now look ahead also move forward because id we have printed now. Plus, now we will check it in the E dash function. E dash function, if look ahead equal to plus, what is given? If look ahead equal to plus. Our look ahead is plus, yes. Plus is equal to plus, yes. Yes, then match plus and id and then E dash. That means we will print it plus id and then E dash. That means here we will be write plus id E dash, plus id E dash. This one, this production rule, plus id E dash, E dash to plus id E dash. Listen, so we have matched. Again we are calling to the E dash function. Write down E dash functions. So E dash functions when we are calling, and then next number is what? 8th. Here you have to write 8th number line. Why? Because first we have called in the E dash function. E dash function we are going look ahead checked. Yes, it is matched. So then we are printing the data plus and id. Then afterwards we are going again to the E dash function. So that is why E dash functions we will write. And then next letter is what? Close braces, that is 8th number line. So 8th number lines we will come back of these functions, because this E dash first we are calling, and now this E dash we have called afterwards, okay. So now plus and id has printed. Now what is dollar has given. So dollar, again E dash we are going to the inside, look ahead equal to plus. Our look ahead is dollar, dollar equal to plus, no. So whenever it is no, then we will move to the return part, because else part it is the if part. So then we will go to the return, but that means return. Return means we will, okay, exit of this. So return, then when we will go again E dash, because E dash we have called now, and we have to check in the dollar. Dollar is not matched by the look ahead of the that function, that if function, that is we are going to the return function, else part. Return function, returns we are calling, that means we have to exit of the that function. Then we are going to the next E dash function in the 8th number line. What is 8th number line? That is closing braces. Close it this one also. Then we are going to the E function in the 7th number line. What is given? Close braces. Close it. Then we are going to the main function in the 4th number line. Main function 4th number line. Now you will check it. Here is condition has given. So here is not given any condition. That is why we are closing it, because closing braces is given. Okay. So here if condition has given, that means conditional operator. We will check it now. Our look ahead is dollar, and if look ahead equal to dollar, our look ahead is dollar, dollar equal to dollar, yes, so then print parsing success, printf, that means print parsing success, parsing success, that means we have to complete it, so parsing success, so then it will be closed. And now listen, I told that here e dash and we are going to the else return part. Return part means what? It is the epsilon part. Epsilon, write down here epsilon. Okay, so now you have to match it id plus id plus id and epsilon. So that means id plus id will come. Yes, so this is the recursive descent parser. Okay, so first we are again for the quick revision. First we will write of the main function. Main function how will write? Write the main, and then whatever first starting symbol has given, that one will call the if function, that function in the e function, and then look ahead is always dollar because last symbol is dollar, that is why look ahead equal to dollar, then parsing success. Here you can write anything, that is close the main function. Then we are going to the e function. E function what is given? id and e dash. So then look ahead is equal to it. Why we are writing id? Because it is the terminal variable. We will not write in the look ahead place in the non-terminal variable because id is already reduced form, terminal is already reduced form. So reduced form in the look ahead will check it, that means reduced form systems will be printed, that is why. Okay, so then id, and we will print it the id, and then we will call the function e dash because already in the functions has given id e dash. Whenever we are calling to the e dash what is given? Plus id e dash plus look ahead, that is why calling for the plus, and match with plus and id and e dash, calling the function e dash, and in the return parse, else parse, that is return. Return means epsilon, return means epsilon. Okay, so that is why here is no any letters are there. If suppose plus id will come, so that times we are again checking of the next functions. If it is lengthy, so then id plus id plus id will be given, so that times its parse tree also will be generated in the more and different level. So this is the recursive descent parser. If you want to write it, so then you have to pause the video and write it here, because this one I cannot provide the PDF, this slide, because I am erasing and writing now LL1 parser. Okay. Now we will see LL1 parser. LL1 parser, it is the top down parser in the second. LL1, this L4 left to right scanning, and this second L4 left most derivation. First F4 left to right scanning, second L4 leftmost derivation, and this one for look ahead. Look ahead 1. That means we are reading the character one by one character, looking the input one by one variable, that is called look ahead 1. Okay, so then LL1 parser, we need first and follow function. Okay, in the top down parsers, first and follow functions we are using, and bottom up parser we are using closure and go to functions. Okay, so first we will see in the top down parser. recursive descent parsers we have seen, and now LL1 parser we will see. LL1 another name is non-recursive descent parser, and it is also called as a table driven. Remember that. Now I am writing the one function. Suppose expression is term and expression dash. E dash is plus T E dash or epsilon. Now T is F T dash. T dash multiplication F T dash or epsilon. Sorry, it is slash. Epsilon. Now F to ID or inside of the parenthesis E. So this is the production rule. Now we will write in the first of this function, first and follow. First and follow. Okay. So first and follow, whenever we are finding, so in the LL1 grammar, LL1 parser, first whenever we are finding to the first, so then in the first whenever we are finding, so look at in the left side of the production rule. Left side of the production rule, these are the production rule in the left side, that means this part we will look at. And follow, whenever we are checking, that times we are checking in the right side, that means right side of the production rule, this parts we will check it. Now we will see first whenever we are looking, now check it. E has given, always remember that first and follow functions we are finding only for the non-terminal variable, not for the terminal variable. Terminal variable is plus into, that means multiplication, ID, open braces, close braces, and epsilon has given here. That means now we will check it for the E. First of E, that means E followed by what? T, and T is non-terminal variable. That is why we are going to the production rule of T. T plus what is given? F. F is non-terminal. Again we are going to the F function. F function what is given? ID. ID is terminal variable. So then write, wait, I am drawing the line. So F plus what is written? ID. Write down ID. And what is open braces? Sorry, it is not slash, comma will come. ID and open braces. We will not write in the whole part. Always remember that parenthesis open, parenthesis close, these are the terminal variable, but E is non-terminal variable. First of F is what? ID, and slash this one has given. So first of one is ID and first of second one is open braces. So that is why ID and open braces. Next we will see E dash. E dash, in the first of E dash is what? Plus. Plus is terminal, write down plus, and then what is given? Second one is epsilon. Because in the one productions rules we can write only the one terminal variable in the first. We will not write in the whole. Suppose plus minus like this is given, plus minus then T E dash, so then we will not write plus then afterwards minus. Is it clear? We will write only the first terminal variable. First terminal is what? Plus in the this productions rule, and second one what is given? Epsilon. Write down epsilon. Third, T. First of T is what? First of F. F is non-terminal variable, that is why we are going to the F. First of F is ID and open braces. Write down ID and open braces. Next, T dash. First of T dash is star and then epsilon. Next, first of F is ID and open braces. So this is the first functions. Now we are going to the follow functions. Whenever we are going to the follow functions, so that means follow of any functions, follow of any, that means we are non-terminal variables we are finding, but follow of we will see in the right sides. Now we have seen in the first, in the left sides where is of the that terminal variable, non-terminal variable, then we are going and checking. Okay, first of that, then follow functions we are checking in the right side where is the that non-terminal variable has written. So suppose finding for E is follow functions, follow of E we are checking in the right side where is E has given. Look at here, here is given E, so then E has given, so E's next letter is what? Close braces. Next letter is close braces and it is the terminal. So that is why we will write here. Always remember that right side we will searching of the that non-terminal variable, then afterwards whatever next letter has given, if it is terminal, that means okay, if it is non-terminal, so then we are going of the that functions. Okay, so that means whenever E afterwards whatever we are looking here, if any letters will be there, that times we are taking only the first of that variable, first of that, then close braces, and then afterwards E is the starting letter. So that is why a dollar will come. Whenever any productions rule starts from any expressions, any productions of whatever variables is given, that is for the starting variables, for always you have to write in the follow function in the dollar. Now we will check for the E dash. E dash where is written here, and E dash is ending. E dash here also E dash is given, this place also E dash, but both the places ending of the letter. Whenever ending of the letters will give, so then we will move up to the left side. That means E dash followed by E. E dash followed by E. So then what is the follow of E? Close braces and dollar. Okay, E dash in the ending, so that is why E dash afterwards no variables has given, no letters has given. If any letters will be there, so then first of that letter, first of that letter here is not provided, so that is we are going of the left side. Okay, left side. So left side whenever we are going, to that times we are not taking first of E. Okay, it is follow of E. Whenever going moving right side to left side, so that times we are taking in the follow of that non-terminal variable. So that is follow of E is what? Close braces and dollar. So that is why close braces and dollar will come. Look at here also E dash in the ending and E dash followed by E, same things will come. Now follow up T. Follow up T, check it where is, here has given T. Okay, T afterwards what is E dash has given, first of E dash we will take. Okay, I told that whenever afterwards this letter afterwards any letters are there, so then first of that non-terminal variable or terminal variables will take. So here non-terminal variable has given, that is E dash, so then first of E dash is what? Plus and epsilon. Plus we will write epsilon, we cannot write because in the follow functions epsilon didn't accept it. So that is why whenever epsilon will did, the epsilon places we will take it in the follow of that E. Follow of that E. So what is the follow of E? Follow of E is close braces and dollar. Close braces and dollar, because E dash is the ending. So that is why we are going of the close follow of E. Again you will see we are finding follow of T, follow of T, and where is T? Here in the right side, that place only. So T is followed by E, T followed by E, so then E dash. So E dash, the T is E dash first we will take in the first of E dash. What is the first of E dash? E dash plus and epsilon. Plus we will write epsilon, we cannot write. So that is why epsilon place E dash afterwards any letter is there? No. So that is why we are going again E dash to follow up E. Follow up E. So follow up is what? Close braces and dollar. Close braces and dollar will come. Now we will check it for the T dash. Where is T dash? Here is given. t dash. T dash is ending. So t dash is ending. That means we are going to the left side. So follow up t. Follow up t is what? Plus close braces dollar. Now f. Where is f is given? Here. Okay, in the right side. Follow functions we will check in the right side. F is given. So then f afterwards one variable is there, t dash, and t dash is non-terminal. So then we will check it t dash, first of t dash. First of t dash is what? Star and epsilon. Star we can write it, but epsilon we can't write it. So epsilon places what we will do? T dash followed by t, followed by t. So then follow up t. What is follow up t? Plus close braces dollar, plus close braces and dollar. So this is the first and follow functions. Now I am constructing the parser table of LL1. First, take first and follow functions and make it the parser table. So whenever we are making in the parser table for LL1, you will take for the terminal variable, terminal variables for the columns and non-terminal variables for row. So what is the terminal variable? Plus star id open braces close braces, write down, plus star, you can write you can arrange them anywhere. Okay, it's not necessary plus will come first then star will come in the second. It's not necessary. Okay, you can arrange any of them, any one come first. Star, then what is given? id open braces close braces, then dollar. Epsilon we will not write. Okay, and here we will write in the non-terminal variable in the row number. The row, in the first row will come E, then E dash, T, T dash, then F. So this is the LL1 parser table. Now we will write it. How we will write it? E has given, so we will check it for the E. First of E. Always remember that first we are looking for the first of that non-terminal variable in whenever we are writing in the parser table. If in the first functions, if epsilon will come, that times we will go in the follow up the that function. Otherwise, we will not write in the follow functions in the parser table. We will see, then you will understood. ID and open braces. Here is no epsilon, so that is why we will not go in the follow functions of E. So then in the first function ID and ID places, and which places? Open braces, that place. ID and open braces, what is the production rule? E to T E dash, write down. E to T E dash. E to T E dash. Okay, this is finished. Now second one, E dash. E dash for what? Plus has given and epsilon. Epsilon we cannot write it, so that is after epsilon places close braces and dollar places will write epsilon. So then first we will write plus. Plus where is given? Here. And in the plus place what will write? What is the production rule? E dash followed by plus T E dash. E dash followed by plus T E dash. Okay. Now epsilon has given, epsilon will cannot write it, epsilon has given in the terminal, no. So that is why I am going to the close braces and dollar. Close braces and dollar, these two places will write. Close braces and dollar, we are looking in the follow functions because of epsilon. So that is why E dash in the production rule what will write? E dash followed by epsilon. So then write E dash followed by epsilon. E dash followed by epsilon. Okay. Now in the T places what is given? ID and open braces. ID and open braces. Okay, ID plus T only one production rules here. So then T to F T dash, T to F T dash, T to F T dash, T dash place star and epsilon. Star places will write this production rule star F T dash. So then star place write it T dash star F T dash, and epsilon has given epsilon. Because of epsilons we are moving to the follow functions. So what is the plus close braces dollar, plus close braces and dollar, these three places, but because of the we are taking in the follow functions, so then we are writing the next production rule T dash to epsilon. Write down T dash to epsilon, T dash to epsilon, T dash to epsilon. Okay, next we will see F. F is given first of F ID and open braces, ID and open braces. F ID places here, look at here is no any epsilon has given. This is the unique production rule, but in this production rules, look at one place is given ID, another place is given inside of the parenthesis E. So then in the open bracket places we will write this production rule second one, and ID places will write first production rule. So then ID places will write, where is ID? Here F to ID, and open braces places will write in the second production rule F to open braces E close braces. Okay, so this is the functions to make a parser table of LL1. If any grammar has given, if it is LL1 or not, by through the we can go and check it, and you can check it in the parser table. Only single entries are there. Okay, so if it is a single entry, then definitely it is a LL1 grammar, LL1 parser. If multiple entries are there, it is not LL1, because LL1 parser did not accept the multiple entries. Another things how to find out it is the LL1 or not, if any grammar is, whenever in the exams has given, so that times first you will check it in the language whatever productions rules has given. So then check it if grammar is unambiguous, left factored, and none, it is F, none left recursive, none left recursive. That means we can say that it is the right recursive. If these three things will be there, it's not necessary all the three things will be in the productions rules, in the same productions rule. If it is unambiguous grammar, then you can check it, it is LL1, and left factor, then definitely it is LL1, and none left recursive, because LL1 parser didn't accept the left recursive. Okay, so then without, it is the lengthy method to find out, but without going to the first and follow function or table, parsers tables, we can check it which grammar is LL1 or, that means which productions rules is. Suppose one rules has given first of A intersection first of A. I am explaining what is first of A, equal to epsilon, and then second one first of A intersection follow of A equal to epsilon. If this any one rules, you can check it, and then if these rules anyone can follow, then definitely it is a LL1 grammar. How? For example, suppose this one first of A intersection first of A. Suppose I am taking the example, expressions is A B, C, D. It is C. Okay. Then B, C, D has given. Now look at, this is the first production rule, this is the second production rule. That is why whenever in the any productions in the grammar, that means these productions rules, if multiple entries, these are called multiple entries are there, so then you will check it. Maybe third one also will come. Then you will check it, these two first of that one, because here is no epsilon has given. So that is why we will check it. First production rule, what will come? A. First of second production rule, what will come? B. Both has different terminals. So then A intersection B equal to null? Yes. So that means definitely this grammar is LL1 grammar. So without making the parser table, without finding the first and follow, easily we can solve it. This grammar is LL1 or not. This one is LL1 grammar. I am taking other example. Suppose E2 A B C D, again A B C D. So then first of A, first of A intersection A equal to null? No. So this grammar is definitely, it is not a LL1 grammar. Understood? That is the first of A and first of A intersection first of A equal to null we will follow. And suppose which time we will follow first of A intersection follow of A? That times if any grammar just like epsilon has given here. So then suppose E followed by A B C D or epsilon has given. Whenever epsilon has given, so that times you will first of A, because first production was what said? First of A. First of A is A, and then because of the epsilon we are going to the follow of A. We are not calling first of A because here is no first of A. Remember that epsilon has given. So then we are going to the follow of A. Follow of A means what? Follow of E. What is the follow of E? Here in the right side any E has available? No. So that means follow of E means what? It is dollar or come. Why? Because it is the first starting symbol. Okay. In the right side no E is available. That is why we will check it in the first, because one statement I am checking. So that is, it is dollar will come. So then A intersection dollar equal to pi equal to null? Yes. So that definitely this grammar is also LL1 grammar. Okay, so how we will find out? These are the two rules are there. Without looking of the any first and follow functions, making the parser table in the exams through these two functions, any one we can follow, because in the multiple entries are there. Then we will check it. First of A intersection first of second production rules. Okay. And if epsilon will come, then first of A intersection second productions of follow up A, we will check it. Okay, and next slide we will see in the bottom up parser, because first top down parser has completed. Thank you very much for watching this video.